Sandisk tanked today. Micron tanked today. It is now below $1,000. This was almost $300 stock. Sandisk was at 2,300, almost 2,400. Now it is below 2,000 significantly. And if you think these are bad, the market is still at all-time highs, right? There's no dip on Micron. There's no dip on Sandisk at all. These stocks are extremely high, and if the market were actually to pull back a good maybe 5-10%, we could be looking at, for Micron, a $600, $700 stock. Very realistically. For Sandisk, maybe $1,000 stock. That would be extremely realistic, considering, like Palantir, at some point the market is going to price in the actual price to sales ratio that these stocks have, how much revenue they have versus their market cap, and it will get really scary real quick for the people that have been gambling and buying the top. I bought Micron at 200. I didn't even buy SanDisk, but you could compare it to AMD. I bought it at maybe like 75-ish. I would not buy now. I would buy it when the stock is down. So for this video, I want to show you guys 3 stocks that are down that could let you potentially experience Micron or SanDisk level growth. Because like I said, you don't want to get stuck in this. Now, Palantir is doing very well for me. I just alerted it at $107, and that was like 3-4 days ago, something like that. And if I had bought heavily any other time, I would have gotten killed. Now, to be fair, I'm not up a ton on Palantir because I was already buying a little bit, but now I'm up after averaging in. So you don't want to get stuck in this, like what we could potentially see with Micron and SanDisk, which hasn't even started yet. I actually made a ton of money on SanDisk shorts the last 2 days, 51%. That was alerted in VIP. But guys, let me show you, if the market starts pulling back, which stocks in my eyes make the most sense for short-term high gains. The first one is obvious in my eyes. The first one is obvious, and then it's going to get a little bit more unknown. The last one most people have never even heard of. So bear with me. First one should stand out. Here it's going to be Oracle, which I've talked about many times. But let's talk about exactly why it should go up so fast and so much. This was just a $340 stock. Literally, at this time last year, if we go back, let's go to June, all the way back here. Let's see. June, we'll call it July at this point. It is July 1st or 2nd after all. So at this time, everyone was screaming, buy Oracle, you need Oracle. It kept going up because this was the announcement that they bought controlling stake in TikTok. That was like a huge deal when it came out. It was an earnings where insiders were buying it up to like 33% above the previous day's close. Everyone was screaming, you need this stock for the future. This is the next Nvidia, next AMD. And now you actually have that price, except people aren't buying. All of a sudden, oh, the debt is too much. The great debt that's being used to potentially make this stock rocket, because that's pretty much what they need. They need a lot of debt to build those data centers for Trump, for OpenAI, to keep everything going, and they just cut their workforce to save money, replace it with AI. They're doing everything exactly how they should be doing for today's market. So I think Oracle is almost a no-brainer. Below $140, I would like to really, really load up, just like I did last time. I bought at $135. If it can get there, if it can't get below 140, which we're literally pennies away, I'm sure we'll see it soon. If it can't, I will still raise my average from 135 and buy more, even if it starts to go up. This has insane upside according to analysts. And before I show you guys the upside, their earnings look great. Everyone thought that they were going to be missing because of their debt, because of their quote-unquote diminishing margins. That's not even a factor anymore. They're doing great. Anyways, let's look at the price target. 81%, 82% even. That's insane. For a tech stock that has pretty much gotten to the same level it's rocketed from many, many times, that is absurd. Let's talk about the next stock though, because I'm assuming most of you guys are already in Oracle as I am. If not, I would consider getting in now. Not to say that it's reached the bottom for sure, but look at the chart. Look at the chart. It doesn't get a whole lot better than that. Figma is going to be my next stock, and this one, the chart alone will kind of show you what I'm working with here. So yes, I know it's down a lot. It's scary, but let's look at pattern. This is another stock that just IPO'd and it just recovered after a downtrend. This is a much bigger move down than it looks. It IPO'd, went to about, well, it peaked at like $16, pulled back all the way to $8. And so this thing fell off a cliff. Now it's up to 26, all within the same 12 months. Then we look at another example, Klarna. I just made a ton of money on this. You guys know that. Klarna just rocketed. I actually should raise this a bit because I didn't close till it was a lot higher, but Klarna rocketed in the exact same setup. It IPO'd, it pulled back a ton, and then the market realized, oh my gosh, there's a huge opportunity here. And yes, it might already be happening with Figma. It's up 9% basically 2 days in a row. So it's up a ton from where we called it out. However, it could have a lot more upside, and analysts think that as well. Boom. Huge upside according to analysts still. And this is still super cheap, still a $20 stock. It IPO'd at $85, right? Well, the IPO price was below, but that's where it opened. Still, huge pullback, huge potential. Now, the last one I want to talk about, I just started talking about recently, it's Surf Air Mobility. It is literally break even on the day, which I think is interesting. This thing has pumped twice recently. It pumped to 129, so this thing went up over 40% from my alert down in the 80-cent range, and I trimmed. I would like to buy back in heavily below 90 cents. So keep that on your watch list if you have one below 90 cents. I would like to get back in Surf Air Mobility for another potential rocket move up because it rockets pretty much any time that we get bullish Palantir news, and I'm fine under $1 for a profitable company that could reverse stock split or whatever to save themselves. I'm fine under $1 on this stock because it tends to rocket very well from there, like we've been seeing with the recent Palantir news. But also every time that we get Palantir news, it goes crazy, right? Literally every time. If we zoom out, boom, this is a move from 191 to 351. This is a move from 180 to $10. So this isn't anything new that the stock price has been low. It's been low for a very long time. It was literally under $1 all the way back here in 2024. This is not like a stock that's cooked necessarily. I think it actually makes sense to be buying under 90 cents. Like I said, that's pretty much where we've seen the bottoming out and just holding till we get extremely bullish news. They're launching more trials for flights in Hawaii and in a couple of places that could potentially lead to more bullish company news. But for now, it's been moving because of Palantir news. So keep that on your watch list, guys. This could potentially be another huge gainer depending on how quickly they can get everything in motion, but they are profitable. Their next earnings coming up in 40 something days, 48 days, look pretty good. So keep this on your watch list. This could go up 100 to 500% before you even know it. Make sure to subscribe and join the Discord if you haven't already. We take every trade live in there.